Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Winning Without Borders. I know you guys haven't seen my face for about, 3 weeks? The last vlog I created was a day trip to the Mekong Delta. I've been extremely busy, I've been trying to get settled in, and I've just started a new job, so things have been pretty hectic. Today is Sunday. I'm pretty exhausted, been teaching almost every day this week. And today I had to cover for another teacher. So right now I'm going to update you guys about my life so far, why I left Japan, and how life is going so far in Vietnam. But I am not going to do it on my motorbike. We are going to go to this park that is in Phu My Hung, which is Little Korea, basically in Vietnam. And it's a nice day out. So yeah, let's put on my mask, my helmet, as you can see right there, and let's get going. So the reason why I'm wearing a mask, because here in Vietnam the pollution is actually pretty bad, and if you're not wearing a mask and you're on your motorbike driving around town, there is just so much pollution and just so much smoke that comes out from vehicles, and just really makes you sick. There was a time 2 years ago when I wasn't wearing a mask. I was stuck in Vietnam traffic. I literally almost fainted, so it's really a good idea to have this mask just to keep that pollution out of your lungs and whatnot. So let's get on going. I make a pit stop, so we're heading to the Starlight Bridge. It's about a few minutes away from here, and I was gonna sit out and about and vlog because it was a nice day, but it looks like it's about to rain. It looks like it's about to storm, so let's see if this storm will pass. I'm not sure, but on one side of the city it's just bright and clear, and on one side it's cloud. And that is why you shouldn't vlog while parking your motorbike, because you will get into an accident. That person does not need to know that. Unfortunately, the rain did not cool off. It's raining right now, so I think we'll have to postpone the vlog into like probably 20-30 more minutes. Yeah. Would you look at that scenery, guys? Would you look at that scenery? Oh. This is the reason why I chose Phu My Hung. It's such a nice area. We're in the city right now, but just across, it's like the rural area of like Vietnam. So it's a really good balance in between, and you just have this gorgeous scenery with the sun setting right now. But I'm gonna try to do this vlog before the sun sets. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks since I created a vlog. The last one that I created was a trip out to the Mekong Delta. Ever since then, I've been so busy with work and just trying to get settled down. So right now I don't know when's the next trip I'm gonna take, but I think this month will be solely focused on work. But hopefully I get a couple days free, and we can take a road trip outside of the city. But yeah, I've been in Vietnam for about 2 months already, and this wasn't planned at all. I actually wasn't planning to actually go to Vietnam, but just things kind of fell apart in Japan, and this is why I want to create the vlog, to update you guys. I left Japan about 2 months ago, and I really wasn't planning to move to Vietnam. I was planning to stick it out in Japan for about a year like I wanted to, but things just didn't really work out. The first few months was actually tremendous. It was amazing. It was just one in a lifetime opportunity to live abroad, and I experienced so much. I could have experienced much more, but things kind of fell apart after I came back from Thailand. Let's just say, when you guys watch all the vlogs and when we go to all these awesome places, I was having the time of my life, but behind the scenes, deep down, I really wasn't happy. If you didn't know, I didn't live in Tokyo. I lived about an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours outside of the city, and every weekend I would actually take a trip to Tokyo, and usually the bus rides would be 2 hours long. But every week that was my getaway. You know, I was actually pretty miserable living where I was living, and that was Kashima City, Japan. Kashima City, it's home to about 60,000 people. Let me say that again, 60,000 people. So the population is just very small. Oh, look at these cute doggies right there. Oh, they're so adorable. But yeah, the city was 60,000 people. And I come from Chicago. Chicago has several millions of people. So after living there for a few months, it started to become, you know, very lonely. I felt very isolated. The reason why was because I didn't know anybody in my city. Actually, I knew some people. I met 2 Japanese people, and they were very friendly, but they didn't know English. I didn't know Japanese, so every time we hung out, we just like used Google Translate to just talk back and forth. But yeah, aside from that, I wasn't really meeting the other expats. The co-workers I had lived about 2 hours away, and it was on a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I was working and I wanted to hang out with them, I would have to take a 2-hour train ride to their city and 2 hours back. But other than that, I didn't do that frequently because it's a long time to get to point A and, you know, and back home. So on the weekdays, I just really didn't do much. In my city, there's not much to do. All the restaurants, all the historical sites were pretty far. I would say 45 minutes away. The gym was 45 minutes away. The restaurants were 45 minutes away. The supermarket, basically the center of town was so far away from me. And it was just really inconvenient because the buses, they ran infrequently. In the morning, it was every hour and a half. Toward the afternoon, it was every 2 hours and 3 hours. But around 6 o'clock, the bus stopped running. So anytime I wanted to do something, I had to take a bus there, and then when I want to come back, it would take forever just to get back. But yeah, the city really didn't have much to offer. You know, just rural countryside. And after a while, it got to me. You know, I was just a city boy, I'm used to the city life, and I thought I would have a good balance between like the countryside and the city, but just the weekdays I didn't do much. I would go to work in the morning and then come home and just like practically lay in my bed and do nothing. So I wasn't really getting the full experience like many other of my friends who were actually living in Tokyo. Depression started to hit me hard. I wanted to go home so badly, and I didn't know who I can talk to because I didn't know anybody out there. So the first, you know, the first few months there, they were getting tougher as I went on. And then one day I was like, you know, should I stay here? Should I move to Tokyo? And actually, I did find a job in Tokyo. I actually applied for an English teaching job inside downtown Tokyo, and I got hired, but I declined it. I didn't want to move from Kashima City to Tokyo, Japan. It was probably a wonderful opportunity for me to get to explore more of Tokyo, to, you know, to do what I wanted to do. But at the time I was talking to my family, and they were very supportive of me, and I called them every day and we would chat for several hours. And after a while I was like, you know what, I think Vietnam would be the right place for me. So with that, I bought a ticket, I moved out of my apartment, and I left Japan, and now I am here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So crazy how things work. This was not planned at all, but yeah, now I am here. I'm enjoying every second of it, and I just recently signed a 3-month contract to teach English here in Ho Chi Minh City. I might extend it. Let's see how these 3 months go. The same. Yeah, so that was just a little bit of information on why I left. Mostly it took a toll on my body. My health wasn't that great, and you have to put yourself first. But yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm a little bit sad that I left early, and disappointed that I actually left the students, because I was really forming a good bond with them, and really felt like I was making a difference in their lives. And it was such a rewarding experience to be able to teach them English and, you know, help prepare them for their English tests, possibly get jobs later on in their life. So it was very fulfilling. But yeah, now I'm here. The first, I think, few months here have been difficult. if you guys didn't know, I applied for over 40 jobs here in Vietnam for English teaching positions, and let me tell you, in Vietnam, it's still a developing country, and there is still a lot of discrimination that goes on with you know, Vietnamese Americans. Every time I apply for the job, they ask me, oh, where am I from? I'm like, oh, from the USA. And they're like, what, your last name's Nguyen? And Nguyen's a very common name in Vietnam. And they ask me, are you Vietnamese? I'm like, I'm Vietnamese American, but I'm from America. And they're like, no, I'm sorry, we can't hire you, but because the parents prefer white people. Yeah, that's what they said. I'm not even lying, this is like dead serious. But that has become the common theme for me when I'm finding jobs. A lot of companies, they really don't want to hire Vietnamese Americans because in Vietnam, the preference for English teachers are predominantly white. Why that is, my family just told me, because you know, the parents, they think that white people can teach English better than, you know, us Vietnamese American, Vietnamese Australian, Vietnamese whatever it is. And so I really thought that I was actually gonna head home to Chicago real soon because I had difficulty finding jobs. I applied for 40 jobs, and in Vietnam, it's not about your qualifications, your experiences as an English teacher. It's more of how you look. And that was extremely shocking to me, and I thought that my whole journey and this whole experience living abroad would come to an end. But I finally found a job. It's part-time, but I'm looking to do full-time. And at the moment, I'm, you know, doing private tutoring. But, you know, even if I didn't have a job, I honestly could stay in Vietnam for another 3 months. Before I even left, I had to make sure I was like financially fit. I don't recommend just quitting a job and just moving to another country like that. You have to be financially fit and able, you know, to pay your bills and whatever else you need to pay off. But yeah, I'm here now. I have a job, so things are going pretty smoothly, and hopefully it will continue to be that way as I go on. And yeah, the first month here was really rough. There was times where I just broke down, you know, like I just didn't know if this whole experience would come to an end, and I didn't want it to come to an end. Let's just say I just plan on being abroad for about a year, maybe 2 years. I'm not sure. Things change, opportunities come about. Really, I kind of want to stay here a little bit longer. It's been so nice getting to know my family much more better. Just making up for lost times and just being able to learn more about my background, where my parents came from, and just so much more about Vietnam. So I'm quite happy about that so far. And this is actually my first ever vlog where I am just talking to my viewers. So I don't know if you guys like this type of stuff, but hey, just, you know, let me know down in the comments. But I would like to do more of these videos, since I really don't have much time to travel here and there at the moment. But yeah, such a nice scenery anyways. So I'm just turning this camera right around. Nothing like Vietnam. But yeah, just to sum it up, I actually don't know what else to say. But I wish Japan would have lasted longer, but things happen for the right reasons. And Japan was short-lived, but there was a time in my life where I thought that living abroad was impossible. Like I said before, I had plans to live abroad for about 2 years, ever since I graduated college. And I wanted to do it for a short term, but you know, obstacles got in the way, and I never thought that this would ever happen. And but one day I just decided to suck it up and stop making excuses, and you know, just started working on my dream. And for the longest time, this whole dream was just a dream. But one day, once I got into that plane and once I landed in Japan, that dream became a reality. So I've learned so much these past few years, and just never giving up and keep on pushing yourselves, and surround yourselves with good people that will bring you up and not bring you down. And without you guys, I don't think I would have been here in Vietnam or had that experience in Japan. So I thank you guys for supporting me, and you guys know who you are. But yeah, that's what I have to say. What else do I have to say? I'll wrap it up because this is about 13 minutes long, and I don't want it to go any longer. But there's a good quote by Dr. Seuss. He said, "Don't be sad that it's over. Just be glad that it happened. And even if it was for a short time in Japan, it happened. I'm glad to say I overcame a lot of obstacles just to get where I wanted to be. Yeah. Now I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, spending time with family, about to celebrate a birthday tonight. Just got out of work. You know, things are going pretty good at the moment. If you guys like this type of content, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my page if you haven't already. My page is just about travel, my life abroad, the expat life. And leave some comments right down below. Tell me what you think about this video and what else you want to see. But yeah, if you like the content, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my page. Tell me what you think. And yeah, we will see you back here in Vietnam. So once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Winning Without Borders.